Hello and welcome back to Treehouse Trio fans, as well as anyone who just happened to come across this video in search of new information. Now today we will be talking about this thing. It's been very prevalent in the news. Everyone seems to be talking about it. Russia has space nuclear weapons. Scary. Now these are being worked on. They're not operational yet, so you don't currently have to be worried that you could get blown up from space, even though that's not actually the goal of these. The assumed goal of these would be to take out US satellites, which are important for military communication as well as civilian communication. It powers your phones, it powers your everything. And also there's a modern age of people that can't get around without Google Maps, and those people will be lost forever. So you may be like, oh good, I'm not going to get blown up. If this were to happen, it would still bring mass chaos. But that's not actually what you should be worrying about. What you should be worrying about is how much the government is hiding from you. They've known about the Russian space nukes being worked on since June of 2023, if not earlier. It was very shortly talked about on the news in June of 2023. And of course, they don't put things on the news right away, so we could have known before that, but that's at least 8 months that they've known about this and kept it kind of hush hush. So you may be wondering, why now would they make it such a big thing? Well, the news media that's talking about this, not a big fan of Tucker Carlson. What did Tucker Carlson just do? He interviewed Vladimir Putin, president of Russia. So now that everyone's saying, oh my God, he's this great guy for doing this, they're like, hey, let's step back a minute and remind everyone this big, horrible thing that Putin's been doing. And I would like to say that he tried to do this interview earlier and got intercepted. So maybe were they trying to intercept that until they could put something on him? It's possible. Our government likes to make people seem bad, and they work with the news media to do so. So I am not surprised and would not be surprised if they are doing this whole Russia is so bad thing right now just to make Tucker Carlson look bad. Tucker Carlson is a great journalist. Everyone knows that. He is a great journalist. He's a widely followed journalist. And he tells us the truth a lot of times. And the government and the media don't like that, so they need to make him look horrible, make him look like a lunatic. And so people don't want to listen to what he says so that they can't get educated because the media doesn't want people to get educated. The government, they don't want people educated. They want you stupid, and they want you to follow what they say so that they can tell you lies, and you'll just follow in line so that we can become one of these countries that is ran where you just have to follow rules. You don't want to do that. You want to be a free thinker. So that's why you have to do your own research and not just follow everything that you see on a big TV. I'm telling you this. I want you to learn these things. But you can still research what I'm saying and make sure it's true. You still don't even have to take us over here at Treehouse Trio. We try to tell you the most facts we can. We try and make sure everything we tell you is factual. You still don't have to take us at face value. You can do some free thinking. How do you think we get to make these videos? We do some free thinking. So you can watch this, and then you can free think, and maybe you don't 100% agree with me, but you can take away some key points. I mean, they control the narrative so much. Putin, on that interview, made himself seem like a great guy. Everyone knows he's not. But he went over there and he's like, oh, we're just trying to do our thing. And he made himself seem a lot decenter than he actually is. So that not only would his people have faith in him over in Russia, but so that some of us not free thinkers over here would be like, he's not that bad. Well, you know what he did? He killed 2 of his political rivals. One of them was a political prisoner, and put 2 other political rivals in jail to become political prisoners the same week that interview dropped. He knows that messing with the narrative is great. I mean, it's not great, but he knows that it's useful. He knows that if you mess with the narrative, people will believe you. And he managed to do it. He got everyone to like him, and then he killed the people that were in his way and locked up more of them. And we will just fall in line and still think he's great without looking into the fact that he is literally doing these exact things. And if the government does want to tell you that he's doing these things, they'll use it as a way to give more aid to Ukraine. Ukraine doesn't need more aid. They're a country that can fight for themselves. But if these Russian space nukes They're going to take out the US satellites. We need money to defend ourselves. Not only from Mr. Russia, we have a border problem. We have a problem. I'm not going to go too much into this because we're making another video this week about it. But it's like we have the Texas Guard and the US military standing off at the border right now. We should be worrying about that, not a war that we're not involved in, because once you start aiding Ukraine, then you become involved in that war, and Russia is powerful, and we've already drained all our money helping Ukraine, so we can't do anything anymore. And it's all narrative control. Every single part of this is narrative control by Putin, by our government, by our media, because the government and the media are way close tied than you think. Treehouse Trio will never be silenced. Treehouse Trio will never tell you what they want us to tell you. We'll tell you what the truth is, and we'll tell you what needs to be told, not what we're told to tell you. This government, I mean, they can control the narrative. They can get you to like people that are doing horrible things. They can, but then once you do start to like, okay, he's okay, whatever. They can then get you, like, Tucker interviewed a bad guy. We can all agree that. But then they showed that bad guy did bad things to make Tucker look like the bad guy. No, Tucker's a journalist. He has to interview people because no one else is interviewing Putin, and people need to know what he thinks. Now, is he lying most of the time in that? Yes, I believe he is. I believe he is lying to make himself look good, but Tucker's not the bad person because of that. Tucker's just trying to get answers. I mean, they can turn the narrative to make anyone seem like that. They've turned the narrative on literally Mr. Beast and they've made him seem like a bad guy for helping people get water. They can take the most perfect people and turn the narrative to make them look the most evil, and the people that are actually evil look like the good guy. They've done it to a lot of people. You need to open your eyes. They literally did it on 2 different instances. They made Putin look like a good guy so he can do bad things, and then they pointed out that he was a bad guy to make Tucker look bad. They can twist it up any single way they want to make you think any way they want, and you don't get to let them do that. They're gonna do whatever they want to make you think the way they want you to think, and you have to think for yourself. You have to think the truth, or else you're just gonna fall into their lies and deception. There's not much more I can say. If you want more news and current events taught to you in a light that can bring truth to the change and constant worlds that are happening without, we're not just being told to say what we're not being told to say what we say, we're saying what needs to be said. So if you want more news brought to you like this, there's 2 other great people on my team that'll bring you more information just like this. I recommend you subscribe to this channel and check out some of our other videos for more topics to find out ways that you might not have been thinking before that you should actually consider. Subscribe to the notifications on, because we are always posting videos and shorts just to keep you updated. We're a growing network. We're a network that wants to bring you the truth, and we're a network that wants to see America survive. I thank you guys for watching this. There's not much else I can say. Thank you.